admission process specifically for MA Mass Communication with specialization in journalism and audiovisual. I head the journalism program, and I'll be today talking to you about the journalism program and the audiovisual program at SIMC specifically. In general, what we have today in this webinar is basically I'll be talking to you about the admission process, the entire process, how it will be carried out along with the dates and everything. Along with that, I'll be asking, I'll be giving you answers, or I'll be talking to you about the course structure, what exactly we cover in each of these specializations, MAMC AV as well as in journalism. Along with that, we have already got few questions from you all, so I'll be answering those questions. So roughly that's the idea behind this webinar. One second. So sorry about that. So just to talk about the entire entrance process, basically the registration for MAMC online entrance test, it will get over on January 5th, 2023. After this registration date, once it closes, after that, you can download your SIMC entrance test admit card after January 16th, 2023. The online entrance test will be conducted on January 29th, 2023. After that, in the month of February 23, shortlist for GE Pivot, that is group exercise and personal interviews, a shortlist for that will be released in February 2023. And in the month of February itself, or maybe in the first week of March, the dates for which will be declared later, we will be conducting the process, that is group exercises and personal interviews. And the merit list, depending on your performance in your entrance test with your group exercises and interviews, the marks will be collated, and a combined merit list based on those marks will be announced in the month of March or April. So that's the roughly the process which we are going to follow as far as this particular entrance exam is concerned. One particular feature which is unique this year is that this test will be home proctored. That is on the day of the test, that is on 16th of on January 29th, 2023, you will appear for this exam in your home setting. You do not have to go to any test center or any city to appear for this test. You will be getting details regarding how to appear for the test and what all things you need to keep in mind while appearing for the test. And you will be appearing for this test at your home, and it will be a home proctored test, that there are certain conditions, certain software setups are there that we will be monitoring while you appear for the test. So it will be a home proctored test, so you do not have to go anywhere and appear for this test. So that's the main important feature about the entrance test. Along with that, our group exercise and even the personal interview round will happen in online mode. You'll be appearing for that process as well through online mode. You do not have to travel to any city or Pune for appearing for personal interviews or group exercises. So that's the basically the technical part of these tests are concerned. When it comes to general structure of the test, it will be of 60 marks, where there will be 4 components. First one being general English, where you will have reading comprehension, verbal reasoning, and verbal ability. 15 marks are allocated for general English. After that, we have a section on media culture, for which 20 marks are allocated because you'll be, coming for a course which is related to media culture. So that's the reason why we have highest allocation of marks in this test. Then you have current affairs and contemporary issues. We have allocated 15 marks for that. And finally, analytical and logical reasoning, 10 marks are allocated for this segment. So total 60, it will be a 60 marks exam. After that, we will be conducting, as I said, if you clear this test, if you appear in the, if you feature in the merit list, you'll be invited for the GE PIVAT process. In that, basically, in your group exercises, we'll be testing your factual knowledge, quality of argument, code of conduct, and based on that, your group exercise will be conducted. After that, we will be conducting your personal interview. Again, in that, we will be testing how you demonstrate your knowledge, how's your learning orientation and attitude, and at the same time, few questions will be about understanding how much you know about world around you, and whether you are a keen learner, whether you are curious about things happening around you, and how far you follow news and current affairs. For AV program, we have a different set of personal interview round, where we test your demonstration of knowledge as well as your learning attitude and your learning orientation. Uh, Along with that, for AV program specifically, we try to understand that how much that candidate who's appearing for the interview is aware of different genres and different types of formats of productions, and different filming styles and creative processes which are followed, or which are generally new filmmakers adopt for making films or making programs. So we will try to understand all those things through the personal interview, as far as your AV program is concerned. After that, we have a test called VAT, under which we will be giving for journalism program, we will be giving you a particular situation or certain news event on which you are expected to comment. Similarly, for AV program, generally we give you a picture or some situation on which you are expected to comment or maybe express your opinion about it. And based on that, we will try and find out how exactly you think, how exactly you see the world around you. And as I said, uh, we will be combining all these marks, that is your entrance test, your performance in group exercises, your performance in personal interviews, and finally how you have performed in VAT. We'll be combining all those marks, and we will be declaring our final merit as far as your entrance test is concerned. So that is about the test and the structure of the test, and the salient features of this test, which will be conducting for admitting you to the course. When it comes to the courses per se, uh, please understand that MAMC journalism and MAMC AV programs are the oldest programs at SIMC. Especially the MAMC journalism program is over 30 years old. And generally, when we talk about journalism, over the past few years, what has happened is we are talking more about convergent journalism. We are talking more about digital journalism. So in our course, mostly courses associated with digital journalism, courses associated with convergent journalism, we have lot many courses around that. At the same time, journalism is about building perspective. Journalism is about understanding larger world around you, so we have courses around these themes as well. At the same time, we have beat specific courses, such as political democracy and political parties, business news reporting, crime news reporting, investigative reporting, sports journalism. Such type of beat reporting courses are also there. At the same time, we understand that you all will be coming from varied backgrounds, to give you a snapshot, to introduce you to the field of media and communication. We have generic courses associated with media communication domain as well. So these courses are common for AV and journalism. When it comes to AV specialization, that is audiovisual specialization, we have courses around film appreciation, we have courses around direction, we have courses around camera and lighting, we have courses around sound design, set design, costume design, and many other courses which are necessary to make you understand how exactly audiovisual production field works. And these courses equip you to become a good television, or let's say a good audio-visual production, audio-visual producer, where you can work for a television channel or for a production house, or anywhere wherever audio-visual medium is used for expressing or for presenting something. So that's broadly the program structure. It is for about 2 years, and at the same time we have 2 internships which are again credited. That is, you have to do these 2 internships, and 5 credits are allocated for these internships. Along with that, we have 3 project components, where for journalism you have to publish newspapers, you have to work on an online platform, at the same time you have to produce a news bulletin as well. For AV specialization, you have projects from first semester, from the starting of the first semester, where you have to do poetry project, you have to produce something, you have to write your own script, and based on that you have to make films. Along with that, for both the specializations, we have documentary filmmaking, which is also a compulsory component. So all in all, if you look at these 2 courses, lot of focus is on practical learning. At the same time, we try to give exposure to students to hands-on experience, where they actually work on newspapers, they actually make their own films, they actually handle cameras, they actually go to editing studios and edit their news stories or their film projects. So it's a fine balance between theory and practice, because we understand till the time we do not give enough practical exposure to our students in AV and journalism program, they won't understand what exactly we are discussing in our theory classes. So it's a rigorous course. For 2 years, you really have to work hard to earn your degree. At the same time, it gives you that satisfactory feeling that here is a balance between the theory and practice, and somewhere you learn a lot in this process. So that's about the program structure, the tests, and many other things. Insofar, what has happened is we have received few queries from you all, so I'll be addressing those queries for next few minutes, so you can start asking your questions. To start off, there are questions related to eligibility. Now those requirements as far as eligibility are concerned, all those points are covered on our SIMC's website. You can always go there and check out those eligibility conditions which you need to fulfill before you get admitted to SIMC. Generally, what as far as eligibility is concerned, you should be a graduate, or maybe even if you are appearing for your final year exam, even that is absolutely fine. We also understand that many times what happens is, in some universities your exams sometimes they do take place in the month of June or July, and your results are delayed by about a month or two, or they are declared in the month of August or September. So we always accommodate students whose results are getting getting delayed. That is never a problem. Even if you are a coming from a university where the result is getting declared in September, we consider such special cases. If you are from, let's say, from engineering background, or from medical background, or from, let's say, any other background, as long as far as you're a graduate or appearing for a final year of your graduation exam, you are eligible to appear for MA MC entrance test. And upon submission of relevant document about clearance of your eligibility test, your admission to SIMC will be confirmed after due verification by authorities at Symbiosis International University. So that's about eligibility. There is one question which is always asked to us, is about do we have to produce any portfolio, or is it necessary to get your portfolio or something? As such, you don't have to create your portfolio, or you don't have to have any portfolio for MAMC journalism or audiovisual. But if you have it, definitely that's an added advantage, because when you appear for your personal interview, if you have your, let's say if you have a blog, or maybe if you have written something, some creative writing you have done, or maybe you have produced a short film or something, or if you have a website, or maybe a Twitter handle, or let's say a YouTube channel or something, that gives us a sense that somewhere the candidate who is sitting in front of us is really eager to express himself or herself, and that is very important as far as a mass communication graduate is concerned. So although having a portfolio is not necessary, but if you have it, it will definitely be advantageous for you to in that particular entrance test. When it comes to there are questions related to what kind of topics is being asked to discuss in your group exercises. It is basically topics related to current affairs, or topics which are associated with issues happening around you. There are discussions, or we generate such topics which would enable you to think about those topics and present your points. It's not like something will be bringing points or bringing such discussion topics which would make you nervous. It is not like that. We always look at topics and discussion points which are generally very easily available in today's media discourse, and that is what we choose for group exercises. There is one question on how to prepare for MAMC entrance exam. As I said, if you look at the entire entire exam structure, as far as media culture and your current affairs segment is concerned, you just need to follow what's happening around you, and somewhere need to have a tab on things happening as far as media and communication sector is concerned. And we generally ask questions which are generic in nature, which are associated with media programs, such as which I don't want to really spell out the questions here, but generally if you follow your newspapers every day, if you follow daily news updates, that will help you to appear for this exam and perform better. As far as general English and all those things are concerned, it is of 10th standard level. You really don't have to be very conscious or be very anxious about it. As far as your grammar is in place, you can very easily appear for this exam. And when it comes to analytical and logical reasoning, again, as I said, it is not very tough. We just want to understand how far you are comfortable with numbers, and how far you are in a position to analyze these numbers and deduce something after reading those after looking at those numbers. There is one question about, can I change my specialization from journalism to audiovisual? No, you can't. You cannot. Once you are admitted to a particular course, once you apply for a particular course, after the selection, you cannot switch your specialization from journalism to MA mass communication. Which books I should refer for preparing for MAMC exam? There are no specific books. General, your yearbooks available freely in the market. You can refer to those for appearing for this exams. There is a question about fees and scope of MA in mass communication. As far as fees are concerned, please refer to our website. There you'll get latest details related to fees. When it comes to scope of MA mass communication is concerned, if I talk about journalism program, you have news organizations, and news organization is not just restricted to television or print. You have openings in online media platforms as well. And when it comes to online media platforms, just don't think about politics or crime or sports, these beats. There are many media platforms which are coming in the spaces of business journalism, cryptocurrency, and so on and so forth. So you can explore your options in those media platforms or those media outlets as well. For AV specialization students, please bear in mind that India is a growing economy. There is this very robust and very vibrant media sector we are talking about. So you have openings in different production houses, television, general entertainment channels. At the same time, there are many independent filmmakers, independent content producers today are there in the media industry. You can always work with them. At the same time, you get a fair bit of knowledge about working with camera, about lighting, about sound editing and video editing, and so on and so forth, you can start as an entrepreneur if you're interested in making your own films. So that is also possible after doing this course. So if you look at in general the media landscape, or generally the media economy today, what you'll find is there are a lot of scope as far as these two fields are concerned. So there is a lot of scope. It is just about how proactive you are, how far you look for opportunities around you, how far you are adjustable to changing economic and other conditions. Depending on that, you can go places, you can actually excel very well in your careers. So these are some of the questions which we have received so far, or which we got last year. So I'll be taking few questions which you have asked, and I'll be going to the chat. And there is one question which has come from Disha Tandon. I've answered that question, Disha. There is one question by Kaushiki. Does your course include public relation as well? No, Kaushiki, we do not have a course on public relations because that's a separate specialization or under our MBA program. So if you are interested in doing public relations, you can always apply for MBA specialization, and there you can pursue public relations. But we do not have any course or any component associated with public relations as far as MA mass communication program is concerned. No, there is one question which Disha has again asked. Then, do we have to give the SNAP test along with SIMC? No, you do not have to appear for SNAP. If you are interested in MAMC, journalism or AV, you just have to appear for that entrance test. There is one question that, as mentioned by sir, that or provided by the institute's placement. Yes, we do have a placement cell, placement internship cell, and that internship cell actually somewhere facilitates your internship process. They approach different companies, different organizations, and that helps you to find internships, or maybe you can go and do your internships over there. So that particular process is facilitated by institutes internship come placement cell. At the same time, if you know someone in some news organization or some film production house, you can always directly get in touch with that organization and explore internship opportunities there. There is one question by Vrinda Das. Is this a residential course? If so, will I have to yeah. So Vrinda, yes, this is a residential course, and since it's a residential course, and all that I've expressed, all that I've spoken about, it may have given you an indication that you really cannot work part-time while doing this course. Okay, because you have classes in the morning after 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. or at least till 4:30, and after that you have assignments, and you have to work on projects and so on and so forth. So you really don't have any scope of working part-time while doing this particular course. There is one question by Bansri Shah. How far back will be the current affair questions? It will be, so basically the questions are after, let's say, which are around this year, in whatever has happened in 2022, or let's say second half of 2021, and this entire year, we incorporate questions associated with this particular time in your news and current affairs questions. Right. So you can, there are a few more questions coming my way. I'll just take those questions one by one. There is one question about how MBA communication management and how MA/MC programs, these programs are different, and what's the future career growth as far as these two programs are concerned. So please understand that these two programs are, by nature, these two programs are completely different. MBA communication management, basically it deals with management or somewhere handling of uh, creative products. Okay, that is one small aspect of that. Under MBA Communication Management, we have 4 different sub specializations as well, but there we really don't talk about creating something, whether it's news or films or any other product, audiovisual product. We do not talk about that under communication management. What we basically talk about is how exactly, let's say if we take example of MBA communication management with specialization brand communication, there we talk about everything related to brand, how brand communication happens, different dynamics working on brand communication, and so on and so forth. We have public relations as far as MBA program is concerned. So it is completely different from MA mass communication. When it comes to MA mass communication, if you take journalism or audiovisual, it is about production. It is about production of content, whether journalistic content or creative or fictional content. Here we are actually talking about production of content, and not so much about how to promote that content or how to manage that content in media industry. That is something we do not talk in MA mass communication. Of course, we have 2-3 credits associated with business of media, but that's about it. But when it comes to MBA communication management, we discuss different dynamics associated with media business. There is one questions about what is the administration process for MA mass communication. That all those questions I have already answered about the exam and all those things. There is one question Vidhi has asked, is it compulsory to live in SIMC hostel? Yes, it is. It's a residential program, and you have to you have to stay in SIMC hostel for while you are doing this course. What is the scholarship procedure for this course? As far as scholarships are concerned, that information is available on our website. You can send us a mail to admissions team. They will answer this question for you. What is the recruitment rate for AV students post the completion of this degree? So when it comes to audiovisual program, our placements are we have a very robust placement system in place. But many times what happens in AV programs is that uh, through your internships, you develop contacts in the industry, and that's how many times you get recruitment or get placements on project basis. That is, let's say if there is some film going on floor or some production with for some OTT platform that is going on floor, maybe you get a chance to work with such production houses, such production units as soon as you finish your MMC AV program. At the same time, we do have recruitment process run by certain companies such as Colors, Viacom 18, and Prime Focus. These companies year on year they have recruited our AV students, and that is also one way through which you actually start working immediately after completion of your course. But mostly what happens is many students, because of their contacts or because of their interest areas in different interest areas little different, they explore opportunities in freelance projects or these independent productions aimed at producing content for OTT platforms or some other platform. So it depends on your own liking, own test. Based on that, the entire recruitment process happens. There is one question about can I still apply for MBA advertising for 2023 admission? The process for MBA is, I think, now over, so you cannot apply for that. Should I really, as I said, if you are preparing for MAMC program, you just have to follow any of these yearbooks which are published, and whatever information available in those yearbooks is sufficient for appearing for these tests. There is one, is there any possibility of changing from? No, as I said, you cannot switch your specialization from AV to journalism. That is completely, totally not allowed. There is one question, will there be a disadvantage to MBA communication? I'm not eligible to answer this question. So you may direct this question to our admissions team, because this is related to MBA. And the question is that disadvantage of MBA communication students in their career later, considering that they have not. I really can't answer this question. Um, are there any questions? Is there? We are getting few more questions. I'll just check those out. Give me a minute. Yeah, there is a question related to the placements. So when it comes to placement, if I talk about MA MC AV program, in the year the batch which passed out or graduated in 2021, about 52% students got placed through SIMC's placement process, and our average salary, the highest salary was 8.52 lakhs per annum, and the average salary was about 4.65 lakhs per annum. And in the year 20, the batch which passed out this year, the placement percentage was about 65%, and highest salary received is about 6.87 lakhs per annum, and the average salary was about 4.8 lakhs per annum. And if we talk about MA journalism program, in the year 2020, the batch which passed out in 2020, 90% students got placed in that batch. The highest salary was 6.36 lakhs per annum. The average salary was about 4.65 lakhs. In 21, the batch which passed out in 21, the average salary was 6.36 lakhs, and the highest salary was 6.36 lakhs per annum, and average salary was about 4 lakhs. And if we talk about this year, the batch which passed out, we 100% of our students from journalism got placed, and average salary was about 5 lakhs. Average salary was about 4.2 lakhs, and highest salary received by students is about 5 lakhs. So that's about placement for AV and journalism programs. And see, year on year, these figures change depending on market conditions. But when it comes to MA journalism program, year on year, what we have seen is, like, over the past 5 years, that in general, the placement numbers are above 80%. When it comes to AV program, as I said, students seek recruitment, seek that their employment on their own through private, or let's say freelance producers and directors. So they get their jobs. It's not like they are jobless or something, but the number of students getting jobs through our placement process, that number I've given you over here. So it's not like you don't get job or something. You definitely get a job, but it is just that many times you yourself find those jobs, so those numbers don't reflect over here in our placement numbers. uh, uh, there are a few more questions which we are getting right now. Right. So I think if you have any questions, maybe I can wait for about 4-5 minutes more, so that yes, I have answered this question about companies. When it comes to journalism program, companies such as Reuters, uh, Vion, CNBC TV 18, Hindustan Times, Indian Express, Network 18, NDTV, these companies have come to the campus for recruitment. When it comes to audio visual specialization, companies such as Prime Focus, Viacom, Colors, as I said, they came to SIMC campus for campus recruitments. Yeah, there is one question. I think Rahul, if he's here, I don't know whether he's here. He has asked that, will this course help me to attain a career as a sports presenter and anchor? Yes, definitely. I mean, if you are really passionate about sports, if you really have interest, you really have knowledge about a particular sport or performance or players, and you really follow a particular sport, and you have knack to present yourself, knack to present or talk something about the game, definitely you have a lot of scope to become a sports presenter and anchor. But the thing is, to be very honest with you, uh, uh, companies don't come here and recruit sports presenters and anchors. That is something, that career you have to build as you join a particular news organization or some organization, a sports organization. There, by performance, you have to somewhere achieve that particular goal of yours. But definitely, as far as this program is, MA MC journalism program is concerned, as I said, there is an elective called sports journalism in our program, and that will certainly help you to understand different nitty-gritties of sports journalism and how to become a sports journalist. Right. There is one question related to about the graduation. Even if you are a science graduate, arts graduate, commerce graduate, engineering graduate, whatever your background may be, as long as you're a graduate, uh, you are eligible to appear for this test. And we all understand that you all come from a very diverse background, and that is the reason why our first semester is common between AV and journalism programs, and there we have courses which help you to understand what mass communication field is all about. The theoretical, we somewhere give you theoretical understanding of this field, so that you don't feel out of place while doing this particular course. So even if you are from any background, you can always pursue your career in mass communication and do this particular course, or do this particular program. Okay. Yeah, there is one question on what's the expected cutoff. It is generally on an average between 60 to 64% is the cutoff in the test. So that's about the cutoffs. I have completed my graduation in BBM in 2017. Will there be no? Even if you have finished your BBM or any particular degree in 2017, if you have work experience or whatever, if you want to pursue this course after taking a break of about 3-4 years, that's perfectly all right with us. We do not ask you questions about what has happened in the past or why you took the break for 3-4 years. Even if we ask you those questions, we do not consider your answer while when we actually evaluate your performance in personal interview. We try to understand how far you are interested in learning something new. We try to understand how's your learning orientation, how much you understand about the field which you are getting into. So that is something we evaluate, and we really don't ask you about why you have taken break for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, why you want to switch your career or something. We really don't ask those questions. But generally, to understand something, some interviews may ask such questions, but we really don't decide decide on your candidature based on those answers. So that's something about if you have taken some gap or something. Are there any? Yes, there are a few more questions. I think what is the average placement package for advertising specialization? That is associated with the MBA program. I won't be able to answer any of those questions. Do you have entertainment journalism? Yes, we have a specialization on entertainment and lifestyle journalism, and we invite journalists, those who work in media entertainment industry, entertainment journalism field, and they come and teach you about entertainment and lifestyle journalism. So if we have done graduation in BA journalism, what is benefit of continuing in MSc? See, what happens if you have done your graduation in journalism, let's say your undergraduate program in journalism, many times what happens is you get very generic understanding of field of journalism. Here we specifically focus on 3 important components, that is specific beats, developing your perspectives about things happening around you, and thirdly, the theoretical understanding of your field, that is journalism. And fourth thing, giving you or imparting technical knowledge about print journalism, online journalism, and audiovisual journalism or television journalism. So even if you have a undergraduate degree in MA journalism, or let's say if you have a undergraduate degree in journalism, still you will benefit from this course, because you will develop a new perspective about field of journalism, and that is always beneficial going forward. Okay. So I think we can. Okay, there is one more question. What are the options available for masters in mass communication in Symbiosis, and what kind of placement? I think I answered that question. That uh, when it comes to masters in mass communication, we have two specialization. One is MA mass communication journalism. Journalism is the specialization, and MA mass communication audiovisual specialization. Just to repeat whatever I've said so far, basically in this, when it comes to these masters programs, if you're a journalism, you join a journalism program, and if you finish the program successfully, you have chances of getting into a news channel, a newspaper organization, or in in an online news format, or online news platform. At the same time, if you're, let's say, doing your specialization, audiovisual specialization, you can join a production house, or maybe you can join a film production unit, or a film production studio, or you can assist a film director or a producer, or join a unit which is producing programs for an OTT platform, and so on and so forth. So that's the scope as far as these two programs are concerned. Along with that, if you have real keen interest in research, or let's say into let's say public policy or something, even mass communication graduates today are joining public policy organizations as well, or research organizations. So in general, mass communication programs do not restrict your scope to just to news channels and general entertainment channels, or audiovisual production. You can explore other areas as well after completing these programs. There is one more message. So I think since I've spoken about many different things as far as these two programs are concerned, and since we are running out of time, we just have time for only one question or one or two questions. So if you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask. Thank you. Are there any questions? There is one question: when will be choosing our specialization? So when you apply or fill your form for the entrance test, that's the time you choose your specializations, and there won't be any other stage when you'll be you won't be getting that option after you appear for the test. Yeah, this is a good question. For a career as sports presenter, should I go for AV or journalism? I think if you want to do career as a sports presenter, I think rather than AV, you should pursue your career, or you should pursue a program in journalism, because as a journalist, you will understand, or as a journalism graduate, you will understand how to follow a particular news story, how to gather information related to a news event or sports event in your case. At the same time, you will understand how to use different mediums, different platforms to narrate your story, to tell your story. So I think if you want to become a sports presenter, I think MAMC journalism program is better suited to you than MAMC AV program. what are the things I have to read to crack the entrance exam? As I said, for both these programs, if you read and follow your regular news that is happening around you, maybe you can focus more on news associated with media uh, media communication sector. And for news and current affairs, you can read, or maybe any yearbook. There are so many yearbooks available in the market today. You can read those yearbooks, and that will prepare you very well for the entrance test. I want to see, if you want to do your career in advertising sector, if you want to manage brands, if you want to understand the business side of advertising, then I think MBA Communication Management is the program for you. But if you want to understand how advertisements are produced, how script is written for the same, how exactly the production process of advertising is, in that case, MA MC AV program is more suitable for you. But if you want to understand the business side of it, then MBA Communication Management is the program. Is there any specific yearbook that you would, yearbook of this year? I can't really spell out the publisher or the company. Any yearbook, there are so many companies, so many different publishers publishing these yearbooks. But the yearbook which covers current events of this year and second half of last year, that is good enough. Is Manorama? No, I can't really, as I said, I can't really take specific names. Okay. Right. So I think I have answered most of your questions. If you still have any more questions, you can always send those questions to our admissions team, and we'll be happy to answer those questions as they come. So I wish you all the best. And I hope this webinar and all the information that I've given today will help you to decide whether to pursue this course, pursue this program or not. So I wish you all the best for your future career. Thank you so much.